Evening all, hope you're all well. Today's video is about bad experiences within the health sector, so doctors, hospital, anything like that. Last week I spoke about a doctor that I did not get on with. It was basically about my testosterone levels, and yeah, let's go through the day of events. So I went in and had my bloods done because I needed to have them done every 3 to 4 months. Being on testosterone means that I have to have sustanon every 3 to 4 weeks, and I'd have to have blood tests every 3 to 4 months to check that my levels are staying in the range that they're meant to be staying into, that is sustaining how much testosterone is going into my body. And my body has a problem of maintaining my levels hormonally, so it would go up and down on its own. With testosterone, it's normal for levels to fluctuate up and down, 2 to 3 weeks before your next injection. But my levels have been going down drastically to the point where it's going back to square one where it was before I was on testosterone. And I had the bloods done, and I spoke to the doctor. Oh no, I spoke to the nurse, and she told me the results. And then, a week later, the doctor phoned me, so beginning of this week, and he basically said, this is the findings. All the bloods are normal, except except that the testosterone level has dropped. But I don't see it as a problem because you are choosing to take chemicals that are, changing the levels of your hormones, so estrogen and testosterone. And I can get what he was trying to say, but the way he was trying to say it, I found condescending. He's basically saying that I voluntarily decided to take a drug that biologically female individuals are not meant to be taking, and the side effects of that is fluctuation levels. And because I decided to take this drug voluntarily, I should deal with the consequences of it. That's it. He didn't deem that I needed to seek any help because my levels are what he classes as normal. But as I said in my previous video last week, that my levels now is 6.3 or 6.1, I can't remember, which is basically the range for what I think is female range, because I asked my mum and she said that's 6 is the normal level for female, for women. And that's my levels right now. It was between 12 and 17 after being on testosterone at the beginning, which is a normal range for biological men. I was 0 when before I started, so I was really abnormal because I didn't have any at all. I get what he was trying to say, but he was basically, like I said, a minute ago, he was basically saying I voluntarily decided to take the drug, and the consequences of that drug I have to deal with myself because I chose to take it. I'm not the only one, and everyone else will say that we did not choose to take the hormone replacement treatment because we wanted to. It wasn't the case of, oh, I don't want periods, or oh, I don't want a vagina, or oh, I don't want sore boobs every month. You know what I mean? It wasn't, it wasn't about that. It was about my mental well-being being the wrong, the gender of a male, which does not coincide with the biological sex, which is female. So in order to change the, my appearance on the outside, I needed to go onto testosterone, which then would give me more of a male appearance and the male puberty that I would need in order to become a man on the outside, which matches what's on the inside here. So I got really annoyed when he was saying what he said. And, I didn't say anything to anybody. I didn't say anything back to him because it's not my place to question someone who's in the medical profession. On the other hand, I spoke to my mum, and, she was also a bit miffed about it because people like me who are going through the transition, we don't enjoy it. It's not fun. It's not something that we want to do. It's not something that we go to bed and then wake up the next morning and go, okay, I'm going to have surgery. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. It's not like that. It takes years and years of coming to terms with what your feelings are and trying to get your head around whether, it is what you think it is and not something else. Are you actually transgender, be it, someone being trapped in the wrong body, or are you just a very butch lesbian? You know what I mean? So, it took me years. I knew I was different from the age of 11, and it took all the way up until I was about 18 to actually understand the concept of what was going on. But in order to do that, I had to do research. I had to speak to people who were in the same position. I had to speak to Mum. I had to speak to, loads of different people who are in the LGBT community, who are friends. And I'm so grateful to them because they have helped me immensely with what I've been going through. And, it's taken years. And I didn't get, I applied to the Nottingham Gender Clinic and I didn't get seen until I was 20, 21. I didn't go on testosterone until I was 22. So it's not, like a snap of the fingers, I woke up the next morning and, oh dear, I need to go to the hospital and have a body transplant, you know what I mean? It's not as easy as that. Being on testosterone gives you the symptoms of a normal female menopause. So hot sweats, irritated moods, just everything that comes with it. And, I was quite lucky that my period stopped when I went on testosterone. But due to medical problems, I've still been getting the cramping and the PMS thing and the nausea and the migraines and everything else that comes with it. So, it's not like we voluntarily chose to take this drug before, because we thought it would be a magical pill that would instantly change everything into something else that we wanted. But, those of us who are wanting to go on to surgery, not everybody does. Some people just have the testosterone. Some people don't transition at all and just wear male clothing. But the point is that each step is harder to get back from. Being on testosterone, you can come off it again and regress back into what you were before. Just, all by, a couple of changes that can't go back. Sometimes your voice might still be deeper. Or, it would take a long time for your hair to grow back. If you've lost hair on your receding hairline. But when you go into the territory of having surgeries, you can't reverse that. Once you've had that surgery, that's it. You can't just, have your boobs chopped off and then, get a boob transplant. Sure, you could if you, if you really wanted to, but, it's a lot of money unless you get it on the NHS. And, it's a lot harder for those who have bottom surgery. Because that's completely changing the anatomy of, the lower body. There is plenty of videos on the female to male, male to female transformation if you want to have a look on YouTube for them. There's a couple of people I follow, which you will find on my channel, who does already have them on their page. So, yeah, that was my day, that was my discussion, that was, my dilemma. What's going to happen now is that I will get in contact with my gynecologist on Monday and see what he thinks about, the whole situation. I've also requested a change of doctor, so I've gone to someone else who I've been, told is really good and highly recommended me to change to them. So yeah, I'm going to see them in July and see how that goes. And, that concludes the video, really. Question is, what kind of experiences have you had, and what have you done to change it? Have you made a complaint against the doctor or nurse or anybody that you've seen? Have you spoken to pals? I can, put a link down below at some point today for them. Where to look for them, so and so forth. I can also put a video on the transformations as well. So yeah. Let me know what you would like me to talk about next week. I have said in the video last week a couple of suggestions that I could possibly talk about, but I want to know what you guys want to know about. So, let me know what you think, give me some suggestions, like, share and follow. And yeah, have a good weekend. Love to you all and stay well. Make sure you keep your distance and wear your masks and wash your hands regularly. And speak to you again next week. Bye.